Carole McDonnell is a speculative fiction writer whose stories appear in anthologies and podcasts. Her story collections are Spirit Fruit, Collected Speculative Fiction, and Turn Back, O Time. Her novels include My Life as an Onion, The Daughters of Men, The Charcoal Bride, and Windfellower and The Constant Tower, which were both nominated for the Clive Staples Award. Congratulations, Carole. Take it away.
Hello, everyone. I'm so glad to be here. Just to say that the setting of The Constant Tower is a world where at night people are tossed unless they have technology. And think of, instead of time travel, think of space travel, where they're just plucked up and just tossed anywhere else unless they've got the technology to help. And that's it. So let me read. I always write about disabled characters. And so this is a very harsh world for someone to be in. And my main character here is very, doesn't fit into his clan. Bright morning, the moons fled. Sal clutched a newborn boy in the hollow of his left arm. The infant's palate was cleft, the nose split in two. With his right hand, Sal attempted to ward off Kurt, a chief captain, his father's close kinsman. A jagged scar on Kurt's right cheek proclaimed the warrior's bravery in a past skirmish with a Peacock clan. But now, such bravery vaunted itself against an innocent child. Kurt turned to the others. Some gesture unseen by Sal caused laughter to fill the longhouse. Dagger drawn, Kurt wheeled about to look at Sal again. Smirking, he tossed the weapon from left hand to right, back and forth. The blade flashed rhythmically like oil lanterns flickering in the morning light. Tears trailed down Sal's cheek. Again, Kurt's relentless teasing. The 10 years away from his clan, studying with the master of the winter sea should have given him a thicker skin. Nevertheless, he turned to his father. King Nahas, father. Queen Hinnis, mother. Allow the child to live. King Nahas stood near the hearth, his face ruddied and shamed by his son's weakness. Near a window, Queen Hinnis, regal and cold she was, threw Sal a scornful look. The boy sunk into himself. Firstborn, the queen asked, will you grow teats and feed it? I expect you will, Kurt said, and the queen smiled. His back against the wall, Sal clutched the child with both hands now. The other clans, great queen, such damaged little ones, they allow to live. Mother, this one will live. This one should live. He could give no valid reason for wanting the child to be spared. Certainly a vague hope of the child's future usefulness was not enough to disdain the Wheel clan's age-old edict. Male children, born ill, damaged, or deformed, were killed. Mercy generally did not triumph over the cruel tradition. Sal's father, nature blessed Nahas, chief of the royal longhouse, king of all Wheel clans, had mercifully allowed Sal to live. Yet again, Sal told himself, the error of that mercy is being shown to all. Sal pushed past shame. They will not think you weak, father. Nahas, this child might prove valuable to our clan, as I have, father. Am I not valuable, father? Tears clouded his sight as he waited for the king's answer. Am I not loved, father? He wiped his eyes with his forearm and pointed to his clubfoot, the mark of his ignominy. He lifted the twisted, shriveled left leg, a thing he always hid. I have lived, Nahas, and have proven myself. Am I not a competent studier, Father? Deft in all tongues, skillful in all natural lore, including tower science. The child in his arms gasped for air, a half-hearted, fitful cry, hurting its own cause. Yet it must have desired life, for it turned its head from Kurt's dagger and buried its face in Sal's black studier's tunic as it grasped his thumb. The king spoke to Kurt and not to his firstborn, his voice impatient, but not unlike Innis, cold. Kurt, take the child. Darkness, as Sal closed his eyes. Darkness, as he pressed his back against the wall, wishing it would swallow both himself and the child. Light again when he lifted his eyelids and looked at Narena. Narena, she who eyed all damaged children with a shudder, glared at him in silent scorn. And Betri, now clutched, now asked, Studier, can you not see the child is suffering? Firstborn, you shame your father. Be more of a man. Although gentle and playful toward healthy children, Kurt never showed mercy to damaged ones. Only Ephon had somehow earned his begrudging respect. He spoke now to Ephon, who had hurried down the rampart. King's favorite, tell the firstborn this isn't a battle he'll win. Cloud, Sal begged Ephon. Plead for me. Plead with your mother. Tell her you have lived. You have thrived these 15 years. He held his breath, hoping Ephon, King's favorite, would help his cause. Ephon leaned forward, whispered in Sal's right ear. Well did our master nickname you Storm, for you blow both good and bad away. Look now, did they not grant you time to use soothing farmer to kill the child? More than that, you did not ask. Little though that mercy was, you should have taken it. Now, morning docks us in this unexplored region. Our studier tasks await us, and the child still lives. Let Kurt take it outside. Ephon held a warning finger before Kurt's face, spoke as if he, a studier, was a warrior's equal. But, warrior, take care you kill the babe quickly and mercifully. Ephon reached for the newborn, but Sal clutched it tighter. Let me send it from this world, Sal pleaded. I'll use Farmer to soothe it softly and swiftly into a painless death. Please, I will. The hands of his fellow studier gently pulled the child from his own tightly clenched fingers. The newborn was turned over to Kurt. Sal leaned against the wall, his arms empty. Once again, he lost the battle against traditional good sense. The child's cries faded as Kurt carried it from the longhouse. Throughout the gathering room, women, children, warriors, even the other 3 studiers stared at Sal. Sal took several deep breaths. He placed his empty hand on his left leg. What will the others see when they look at me? A petulant ghost dragging its lame leg away in defeat. He glanced at the hearth, then at the residential corridor to the left of the gathering room. No escape there. Other warriors had awakened and were walking toward the hearth. He looked in the opposite direction, the passageway known as the chief's corridor. There, past the chief studier's room with its glut of pharma, past the royal chambers, past the grain storerooms, the armories, and the ice rooms with fermented meat, the solitude of the stables awaited him. There, on the farthest edge of the longhouse, he could chew himself into oblivion on toma bark. He could be bowed and cowed by sleep. In dreams, he could forget his ignominy. Except, he reminded himself, a toma-racked body was not a body a studier should have. And the firstborn should not hide his grief in enslaving Pharma. I am still firstborn of the Wheel clan. Even so, wouldn't it be better to be cast into the fearsome night rather than live with this people? That's it. And I'm giving away to anyone who asks my collected stories, Spirit Fruit. Some of the stories you're going to say, oh my God, Carole, you're a master. This is so great. And some of the stories you're going to be like, oh God, woman, what were you thinking? But on the whole, it's a great collection. So glad to be here.